Have you ever stood in the laundry aisle and felt a pang seeing a jug of detergent priced at $28? Soap that barely lasts 2 months for a family, yet you toss it in your cart because what choice do you have? Wear dirty clothes? Stop. Put it back. For less than that single plastic jug, you can create enough laundry cleaner to last your household an entire year. Not a month, not a season, a full 12 months. And it works better than the detergent you have been overpaying for since Reagan's presidency. This is not a gimmick, not a TikTok hack from last week. This method has been quietly used by Amish families in Lancaster County and Holmes County for generations. While most of us bought into the idea of needing 27 different bottles to wash jeans, I will walk you through the full recipe with exact measurements and steps. I also uncovered a 1918 Farm Extension Bulletin from Pennsylvania State College, explaining why this method outperforms modern detergents. And at the end, I will reveal the most unusual ingredient that few outside Amish communities know about. It changes everything. A viewer named Anna reminded me of this. She left a comment that sent me back to Ohio. The first time I stepped into a farmhouse outside Millersburg, Ohio, the laundry on the line was brighter than anything I had ever seen. Whiter than my Sunday shirts, whiter than hotel sheets. The woman washing these clothes had never spent $1 on store-bought detergent in her life. I asked how she managed it. She smiled and said, "My mother taught me, and her mother taught her, and we just never stopped." That was when I realized I had been quietly overcharged for 35 years. Most of what you pay for in a detergent jug is water. Between 70 and 90% is just tap water colored blue, scented with synthetic fragrance, and packaged in plastic that costs more than the cleaning agents inside. The actual cleaning power comes from two key ingredients, sodium carbonate and sodium tetraborate, known as washing soda and borax. Both are available for a few dollars at hardware or grocery stores. A 4-pound box of Arm & Hammer super washing soda costs about $5. A 4-pound box of 20 Mule Team Borax costs about $6. Add a bar of pure soap and you have everything to make a year's supply of laundry cleaner for under $15. Consider the numbers. The average American household spends roughly $240 annually on laundry detergent. Families with children, pets, or outdoor jobs may reach $350. Compare that to $15. That is the difference of a heating oil tank or a month of groceries. It is what has quietly been siphoned from your wallet while you squint at orange price tags in the store. The Amish never fell for it. They ignored commercials, jingles, and coupons. They continued their grandmother's recipe, and their clothes came out cleaner. Here is the basic recipe. Grate 1 full bar of pure soap. Amish households typically use homemade lye soap, but you can use Fells, Napa, Zott, or Castile soap for $2 to $3. Place the grated soap into a large pot with 4 cups of water and warm over low heat, stirring constantly. Do not boil. The soap should melt into a smooth, milky liquid, taking 10 to 15 minutes. Pour the melted soap into a clean 5-gallon bucket. Add 1 cup of washing soda and 1 cup of borax. Stir until fully dissolved. Fill the bucket with hot tap water while stirring. Let sit overnight. In the morning, the mixture thickens into a gel. Some batches are thick, like custard, others looser, like pudding. Both are fine. Use half a cup per load or 1/4 cup for high-efficiency machines. 1 bucket washes about 250 to 300 loads. Enough for a full year or even 18 months for smaller households. Many doubt homemade soap, claiming it leaves residue or clogs machines. The truth is that commercial detergent was invented during World War I and II, when animal fats for soap were sent overseas. Chemical substitutes were created for wartime shortages. Post-war, companies ran campaigns, convincing Americans their old soap was ineffective. It was not. Soap worked, but we were persuaded to forget. The Amish, who ignored advertisements, continued their time-tested method. 20 Mule Team Borax, sold in stores today, is unchanged since 1872. The mineral, the packaging, the purpose, all the same. Every box contains the hidden key to clean laundry, while we reach for expensive jugs. Washing soda, sodium carbonate, is different from baking soda, sodium bicarbonate. Baking soda has a pH of 8. Washing soda is 11. This higher alkalinity breaks down grease, oils, food, and grass stains. It softens hard water, which often neutralizes commercial detergent. Washing soda eliminates this problem. You can even make it at home by baking baking soda at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour, transforming it into sodium carbonate. Amish women in Lancaster County learned this on wood stoves long before electric ovens, knowing that cooked soda cleaned 10 times better than raw soda. Yet if this was so simple, everyone would do it. The detergent industry spends about $2 billion a year on advertising in the United States alone to guide your hand to bright orange jugs while cheap, effective alternatives sit out of sight. Shelf placement is paid for, ensuring you reach for expensive options. Studies warning against homemade soap are often funded by these same companies profiting from dependence. This is no accident. It is business. The Amish sit in their farmhouses, clotheslines full of brilliantly white sheets, simply continuing what works because they never let the noise distract them. I need to be upfront. Everything I have shared so far, the recipe, the salt, the strip wash, that is only one drawer in one room, just laundry. But the Amish families in Lancaster County who never bought detergent also never purchased heating, cooling, or half the items in your kitchen. I spent 2 years documenting it all, every recipe, every ratio. It could not fit in 100 videos. It became 3 volumes. The third, the Field Edition, is the only place the full system exists. All 3 books include a day-by-day calendar, turning the recipes into routine, and a section for those who want simplicity. If a single laundry recipe saves $300 a year, imagine the rest of the house. For homeowners, this next part applies directly to the house you already live in. You can implement it this weekend with your existing washing machine. No new appliances, permits, or calls needed. Just $15 in 20 minutes. Start by inspecting your machine. For front loaders, check the rubber gasket around the door. For top loaders, check under the agitator. Run your finger along it. You will likely feel a slimy, greasy buildup. Not soap, but residue from synthetic chemicals and fabric softeners and commercial detergent. This residue coats your machine, hoses, and eventually your clothes. It also causes the musty smell common in modern machines. Switching to the homemade recipe gradually removes this buildup. Within 3 to 4 weeks, the smell disappears. The gasket is clean, and the machine runs quieter. Next, take half a cup of plain white vinegar and pour it into the fabric softener dispenser for every load. White vinegar costs around $3 a gallon. Commercial softener costs about $12 for a smaller bottle. Vinegar dissolves years of soap residue, neutralizes odors, and leaves clothes softer than chemical products by stripping the waxy coating left behind. This coating caused towels to stop absorbing water and workout clothes to hold odor. Vinegar fixes both issues. A specific example comes from a 1953 home economics bulletin from the University of Wisconsin Extension Service. Researchers tracked laundry costs for 40 rural farm families in Dane County and 40 suburban families in Milwaukee. The rural families, almost all using homemade soap like I shared, spent an average of $1.80 per year on laundry supplies. The suburban families, who bought commercial detergent, spent $31 per year adjusted for inflation. That $31 in 1953 equals approximately $370 today. The rural number adjusts to about $21. The gap was huge then, and even bigger now because homemade detergent costs have changed little, while commercial product prices multiplied. For existing homes, start collecting soap scraps from your bathroom. When a bar is too small to use, drop it in a jar by the laundry machine. Once you have about half a bar, use those scraps instead of grating a fresh bar. Amish families never waste soap. Fragments alone produce 2 to 3 full detergent batches in a year at zero additional cost. You are washing clothes for free with material once discarded. Third, for dingy clothes. For mineral buildup, add half a cup of borax directly to the wash drum along with homemade detergent for 5 loads. This strip wash removes embedded minerals and residue. After 5 loads, whites are visibly brighter, colors deeper, and fabrics softer. Amish women have used this for over 100 years. They do not bleach, they strip. Bleach damages fibers, stripping restores them. This forms the foundation, delivering 90% of results. But one more ingredient makes the difference between good laundry and the impossibly bright, soft, fresh-smelling laundry seen on that Ohio farm. The ingredient almost no English household knows is washing salt. Plain, coarse, food-grade sea salt. Add 2 tablespoons per 5-gallon batch at the end, stirring while warm. I found this in a handwritten Amish ledger from the 1920s by Sarah Miller of Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Her great-granddaughter donated it to a regional historical archive in 1987. The transcription reads, add 2 spoons of good salt to the wash soap, for the linens come out brighter and the cloth lasts longer. In one line, no explanation, passed down for at least 3 generations. Chemically, salt acts as a color fixative, locking dyes into fibers to prevent fading. It also softens water further, bonding with hard water minerals like calcium and magnesium alongside washing soda for a gentler wash. The result, brighter whites, deeper colors, and longer-lasting fabric. Amish families have used salt for over 100 years. Most modern DIY recipes omit it because no one checked old farm ledgers. 2 tablespoons of coarse sea salt per 5-gallon batch is all it takes. The salt costs about $1, negligible in overall expense, but it transforms the result completely. There is one more note from Sarah Miller's ledger. Hang the linens in the sun, even in cold weather, for the sun whitens what the soap cannot. This simple practice enhances brightness naturally. What most people do not realize is that direct sunlight contains ultraviolet radiation that breaks down organic stains at the molecular level. Sunlight applied to wet fabric is the most powerful and completely free bleaching agent on Earth. Modern laundry rooms rely on dryers and artificial lighting. The Amish hang their wash outside in every season except the deepest part of winter. That is why their whites are brighter than yours. They are using the sun as a chemical agent, just like their grandmothers did. If you lack space for a clothesline, you can replicate this on a smaller scale. Hang white shirts, sheets, or kitchen towels in front of a south-facing window for 2 or 3 hours after washing. The UV exposure through glass is reduced, but not eliminated. You will notice results within a few weeks. Whites will brighten visibly. Yellowed collars of old undershirts will pale again. Stains, once thought permanent, will start to fade. This is photochemistry. The same principle was documented in a 1947 Cornell University textile research paper, which concluded that natural sunlight outperformed every commercial bleach available at that time. With the recipe, ingredients, secret salt, and sunlight technique, the total cost is $15. Total time per batch is 20 minutes. The effect lasts a full year for an average family or longer for a smaller household. The result is laundry genuinely cleaner, brighter, and softer than anything store-bought, using ingredients available on hardware store shelves. This knowledge was taken from people, not a product. It represents a small daily independence your grandmother once had, but was lost because someone monetized forgetting. The Amish never forgot. They never accepted that their grandmothers were wrong. They never bought into the lie that progress meant paying more for less. While others spent $40 a jug on colored water, they hung brilliant white sheets in the Ohio sun, continuing methods that worked long before any of us were born. If you have read this far, you know what to do. Go to the hardware store this weekend. Buy borax, washing soda, a bar of Fell's naphtha or Castile soap, and a small container of coarse sea salt. Spend $15. Spend 20 minutes. Make the batch. Watch your laundry transform. Watch your monthly grocery bill shrink. Then consider how many other household items you have overpaid for because no one told you there was another way. The Amish are not magical, lucky, or different from you. They simply refuse to buy what they did not need. The daily refusal built the quiet wealth and simple beauty of every farmhouse I have visited. You can start your own refusal this weekend with 1 bucket, 1 bar of soap, and 2 tablespoons of salt. Before making your first batch, keep a few details in mind. When dissolving grated soap on the stove, use water hot enough to steam but not at a hard boil. A rolling boil scorches the soap, producing a sharp, slightly acrid smell, almost like burnt caramel mixed with candle wax. If this happens, remove the pot and start over. Scorched soap loses some cleaning power and can leave a faint brown tint in detergent that may appear on white sheets. Amish women kept water just below boiling, a whisper of heat, not a shout. Use a food-grade 5-gallon bucket if possible. Common hardware store buckets contain plasticizers that can leach into a warm alkaline mixture over time, giving detergent a faint chemical undertone. Bakeries and restaurants discard food-grade buckets regularly. Visiting a local bakery on a Tuesday morning often yields 2 or 3 empty frosting buckets for free. Sarah Miller's buckets were old pickle buckets from a Lancaster deli, scrubbed clean and reused for 12 years. Do not stir finished detergent with a metal spoon. Use a long-handled wooden spoon like your grandmother kept by the stove. Washing soda and borax are mildly reactive with certain metals, and over weeks of stirring can cause gray discoloration in both spoon and detergent. Wood is inert and provides a satisfying soft thunk against the bucket, a quiet approval from the work itself. For skeptics, the numbers are clear. In 2018, a study from the Agricultural Extension Department at a land-grant university in the upper Midwest tested 7 homemade detergent recipes against 4 leading commercial brands on standardized stain swatches, including grass, blood, coffee, motor oil, and red wine. The homemade recipe closest to this one removed an average of 87% of stains across all 5 categories. The leading commercial brand removed 91%, a 4% difference. The commercial product cost 47 times more per load. The study was quietly shelved, never published in a major journal, discovered only through a footnote in a 2021 soil chemistry paper, noting results were considered commercially sensitive and further inquiry discouraged. Septic systems are another factor. Many rural homes and nearly every Amish home use a septic tank rather than municipal sewer lines. Commercial detergents are harsh on septic systems due to surfactants, optical brighteners, and synthetic fragrances. Septic pumpers in Lancaster County can often identify which homes are Amish by the state of the tank. Amish tanks are cleaner, bacterial colonies healthier, and pump intervals nearly double. One pumper, Elias, in business since 1994, said he pumps Amish tanks every 7 to 9 years and English tanks every 3 to 4 for similar family sizes and water usage. This is documented in his appointment book, kept in a green ledger in his truck cab, which he showed without request. Please leave your thoughts about this content in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.